Hello, everyone. I'm Shivani on behalf of PSSM Australia. I heartily welcome to our Zoom and YouTube viewers from all over the world to this online program, Buddha and Maitreya Buddha. Friends, do you know what's Maitreya? Maitreya in Buddhism is a person who is able to reach nirvana. However, delays it for himself in compassion to other people's sufferings. And here we are referring to our beloved Brahmashri Pitama Patriji. So before I move ahead, I would like to pay my sincere gratitude to a grandmaster, our beloved Subhash Patriji, for giving us such great masters who are sharing their wisdom with us in these 11 days. Along with this, it's our immense pleasure to welcome you all to the fourth day of this 11-day program on the occasion of Buddha Purnima. आपका हार्दिक अभिनंदन है. Masters, it's truly an honor to reflect on teachings of two incredible grandmasters. One is Buddha, who gifted Anapanasati meditation to the world 2500 years ago, and second is Maitreya Buddha, Patriji, who spread the same meditation around the world. Gratitude to both. So let's not make you wait anymore and introduce to our special guest today, Ramesh Gajjala, also called as Ram. Ram was born in India and was moved to Germany in year 2016 with his wife Madhu, who herself is a great master. Always curious about meditation, Ram was introduced to meditation by his father in 1998. His regular practice in meditation made him see many benefits, not only on his life, but in around his family and friends around him. When Ram was living in Egypt with his wife in year 2010, he suddenly realized the purpose of his life is to teach meditation. Since then, he has conducted nearly 2,000 meditation sessions and looks like to support his purpose, universe sent him to different parts of the world through his work where people need meditation. He also plays drum and handpan while in meditation. With this small introduction, I now hand over to Ram sir for wisdom sharing. Sir, we are very honored to have you on this platform. Thank you, and over to you.
Thanks a lot, Shivani ji. And namaste, everyone. Thanks to Australia team for giving me this opportunity. And very beautifully, you have explained Buddha, Maitreya Buddha, message of Buddha, and the great work of Patriji. Basically, we all being the seeds from that big plant of Patriji. So grateful to him, grateful to all the masters. So, my journey started. There is some task is my language is Hungarian, so it is English. So, so my journey started at an young age. And we will relate all these experiences to the topic of today. When Kanchanji reached out and she was asking about this session, one of the topics that came to my mind is we were a bit occupied. Next week, we have Buddha Purnima celebrations here in Frankfurt, 2 days event. And we were not sure how the day would be, how the days would be with all the arrangements ongoing. And I took some time to confirm her, yes, we will be there. She was so patient and asking back. And that is when a thought came, it's my free will. And we have to operate our free will in the best possible ways. And as that thought came to me, I said, then I have to be there for PSSM Australia team where this event is happening and I should be there. So it was my free will. And so the concept came, it should be free will, the topic. So my journey of meditation started at a very young age. And it was because of my father who constantly seeked what is the purpose of life. He had some questions. What is God? How to get rid of suffering? What is life? What is death? So out of these questions, he had been to numerous gurus in India. So every 3 years, he used to change. It's like going to a different supermarket. You know, after you go to one supermarket for some time, your friend says, in another supermarket, the products are good. What do? You go to that supermarket. So he was as well doing these spiritual shopping, going to one guru, learn everything there, what the master there in that ashram, in that organization is sharing. And his appetite was still there. He did not fully satisfy. So then someone else says, hey, in that spiritual supermarket, there are some nice products. So then go to another spiritual organization, another spiritual guru. So in India, what parents does is what kids also do. So all through my childhood, I happened to as well experience various spiritual masters. Every 2-3 years, a new spiritual master in our family, and different spiritual wisdom, numerous books, numerous cassettes. So all through my childhood, I keep on, I was in that journey. And then his search did not stop. So many gurus, you name it, and he had been there, and we have been there. And in the year 1997, he was on his job search and he went to a nearby town. It's called Tirupati. Maybe you might have heard, the place where Balaji temple is there. So he went there for his job interview. And when he got down the bus, in the bus stop, he found a pamphlet, a leaflet on the floor, on the ground. It was written, it was mentioning about, do you want to learn meditation? Then go to Bhima's lodge. There is a Guruji called Subhash. So now again, you see, he took that one, something triggered him. So he operated his free will. So there were two paths for him. Go to the job interview or take this pamphlet that he found on the floor in the bus stop and follow this pamphlet path. What did he do? He used his free will to the best of his knowledge. He said, if I go to this, I will get a job. But I might find another job. But if I go this way, I will meet a guru. Maybe I will find some new wisdom. Maybe I will find my answers. So he had been to this address that was in the pamphlet, and there he met Patriji. So Patriji asked few questions to him. Why are you here? So he said, Swamiji, I'm here to learn something. And also, I'm unhealthy. I want to become healthy. Okay, tell about yourself. Just like sir used to ask everyone. So then he said, okay, this and this and this. So I had been to so many organizations. And then tell about your health. Okay, I have so and so health issues. Ah, okay. So what do you do for that? Yes, okay, these are all the tablets I'm eating every day. So he took them and he threw them in the dustbin. And then he said, from today, no medicine. Just close your eyes. I will play flute for you. And then he sat in meditation. So again, there was a choice for him. He might have thought, what is this Guruji? All this lifetime, I had been taking medicine. If I don't take this medicine, serious sickness would come. I would suffer. And that was the case. Many times he had experienced the same. When he doesn't take the medicine for a few days, sometimes even a day, he used to suffer a lot. So now he had a choice. He might have said, okay, what is this Guru saying? Let me just not listen to him. So go back to the medical store and buy medicine. Or follow what he had learned earlier, what Patriji had said. So again, he operated his free will to the best of his knowledge. So he came back home and he stopped taking medicine and he just started meditating. What had happened? The result? He realized how powerful meditation is. He realized that meditation is the path to get all his answers. So and so, he got all his answers. And all his search ended. So that was the last supermarket he had been. And so we were happy as well. So everything was available in the supermarket. And it's called PSSM. So how we operate our free will is very important because that decides your future. That decides your present. What you choose is deciding everything that you are going to experience. I might have chosen when Kanchanji was asking me, please join, I might have said, we are indeed busy. In half an hour, in 20 minutes, we have to now go to Frankfurt. I would have said, sorry, Kanchanji, we are busy. So how do we operate our free will is very, very important. And we can only operate to our best ability when we master our awareness. When we look through our experiences of the past and see the dots that are connecting. And when we realize that we are creating our own reality constantly, when we realize that we are the only ones responsible for everything that we do and everything that we manifest of those things that we do, which means we realize that we are in the driver's seat. When we realize that we are in the creator's seat. Okay. So when we realize the principle of karma, so only and only when we realize the spiritual truths, nothing but the nature's law. When we understand the nature's law, only then we can operate our free will in the best possible way. And there is always a choice at any given moment. I would have said this morning, sorry, I cannot come today. Right? So every desire, every dream is basically taking us to our present moment experiences. So, and even in the present moment, we have the choice of choosing. And we need to understand this. When we understand this, we instantly drop all the complaints. We instantly drop all the judgments. Free will is the quality of the soul. We are in this body, it is out of our own free will. We have chosen certain circumstances within our life, certain challenges in our life, certain people in our life, certain difficulties in our life, certain diseases in our life, certain wonderful moments in our life. These were all of our own choice, of our own free will, our soul's choices, our soul's free will. So, what we choose today, how we choose today, how we operate our free will today, decides our available choices for tomorrow. Okay. So, operating our free will to our best ability, always and always and always. There will always be choices. Choose that choice which is at that given point of time, to your knowledge, is the best one to be done. And unless and until we are not on the path of awareness, we can always understand that we can refine that best choice again and again. And it is because of this law of free will, our soul constantly chooses lifetimes, lifetime after lifetime, because the soul wants to refine that we understand the choice of this free will. So, in my journey, I realized this, that there is no one responsible for my life experiences. When I saw one of my past lives, I was living in Egypt then, and I had so many questions because before moving to Egypt, I was living in Italy, and my plans were to stay back in Italy. But then there was a career path. I had to move to Egypt. And then once I was there, I was always contemplating, why did not I stay longer in Italy? Why I had to move to Egypt? So when I was there in Egypt and I have seen one of my past lives, my questions dissolved. I understood that it was my choice, my plan, that I have to move to Egypt at a particular age, at a particular point of time in my life. So then I dropped these questions. So when we understand the law of free will, the freedom of choice, questions disappear. So I realized even people in my life was my choice. Whoever were there in my life were exactly my choice and their choice as well. So friends, masters, the whole subject of spirituality is to understand this, that we are constantly creating our own realities out of our own choices. And we are solely responsible for every experience we are having. And there is no one to blame, there is no one to complain about, there is no one to judge. It is only about understanding. When we understand this, there is utmost freedom. It is not that you will not have difficult situations. It is that you understand that it is just your manifestation. It is just that your choice. Then you don't complain there. You just accept, you learn the lessons there. So, friends, soul is always in its path, operating fully its free will. Life is a constant operation of free will. Just look behind whatever you have, you experienced your life, and you will suddenly notice that everything was just your choices. It is all made up of your choices. whom to marry, whom not to marry, whom to stay with, whom not to stay with, where to stay, where not to stay. Everything is made up of choices. Just for our sake of convincing, we say, no, it was my husband, it was my wife, it was my kids, it was my job, it was million reasons. But all boiled down to simply my choice, simply your choice, simply everyone's choice. To stay or not to stay somewhere, to stay in a situation, not to stay in a situation. It boils down to your free will, your choice. No one is responsible. You alone are responsible. Your soul is seeking those learnings, and so you are in a particular situation. And so you have manifested certain experience. So your present day operation of free will is creating your future possibilities of what you're going to experience. So when we read books, this is what we understand again. The books of great yogis, when you read, you realize that you see how they have made their choices all through their life, that decided the course of their life, that decided their path to enlightenment, that decided their path to self-realization. See, we all have heard about what we need to do in order to realize, self-realize, to get enlightenment. Yet, we operate it through our own free will. Right? So, friends, meditation is the tool in order to realize these nature laws, that we are constantly creating our own realities, that our soul lives and thrives on the free will, and everything that we choose today is going to create the possibilities into our future. So thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity, and it is such a pleasure that you all are doing this wonderful program. Thank you, Shivani ji.
Thank you so much, sir, for wonderful session. And then free will is one of the difficult topic to make someone understand, what is free will, because everyone says, everything is planned, and then I'm reading a book, Soul Plan, as well, and that specifically tells that when you come to the earth, like you said, we choose everyone in our life, and then free will sometimes come as a contradictory to the statement that everything is planned. So thank you so much for make us understand. But then I still have a question. We
Yes, maybe
we
Shivani ji, from your earlier statements. So every time we operate through our free will,
Yes.
yeah, it is going to create the future possibilities as well.
Yes.
Okay. So now what is happening is, there is predestined, the word. Generally, it
Yes.
is said that we should rephrase it. It should be called pre-planned. So there
Yeah.
is a pre-plan, but yet in every pre-plan, there is still a free will.
Yeah.
And even when we pre-plan certain things, there is still a free will to choose and change the course of life.
Yes. But sir, sometimes we are stuck in so much dilemma in that moment. How then you come to the point, that to choose the right, like
To do or not to do is $1 million
yes,
question.
yes. How to come, make yourself, comfortable that yes, your
Yes,
free will, you're choosing the right one.
correct. So when we take the full responsibility of our choice, and when we have no complaints at all whatsoever from for every thing that we are choosing, then you are operating your free will at your best.
Okay.
So you're not creating any suffering, and you are utilizing the best possible way, best possible choice, utilizing your free will. So it
Basically, you need to
requires,
feel good about it.
yes, it comes out of freedom from
Yeah.
deep within. You are no more connected about what would other person think if I choose a particular path. There is no, but this is the best thing for me to do.
Yes.
So it is a constant learning how we operate our free will.
Yes.
The example is simple this, like Kanchanji came and she said, you have to come to the session, please. And it's my free will. I would have said, no, we are busy, please. Yeah. So there are so many, like my father, he had choices there. He could have simply said, it's my dharma to feed my
Yeah.
family. I have to go get this job, or else I cannot feed my family. It's my dharma.
Yes.
But he followed his soul's dharma.
Yes.
Yes. So what
Yes.
is right? Maybe for a different person, feeding his family was the right free will, operating of his right free will.
Yeah.
For my father, his right free will was to choose to follow his soul's dharma.
Yes.
So that is why it is different for everyone. That is why everyone's soul path is different and interesting. If I can just choose for you what is the right free will for you to choose from different choices, then it is always going to be wrong.
That's right.
You have to operate your own free will to the best of your possibilities and abilities.
Yeah.
And the moment we understand that I am responsible, all my experiences now are because of my own choices, that is when I will be in a situation to act in the best possible way in any given moment.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. So, Masters, do we have any question? Please raise your hand.
So I see here Sunita ji writing how to be in awareness mode all the time. So, so we became experts in being non-aware. And so if we go back to if you have kids around, maybe if they can ask a question, they will ask a contrary question: how the humanity is always in a non-awareness state, how is it possible? So we practiced it. We practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. Look around yourself and you see how many diversions we have created for our own self. And at the same time, we have created opportunities as well around us to bring back awareness. Every moment, if you just observe your breath, you are instantly aware. It is not so far. It is just with you. It is just a thought away. So your awareness is a thought away, and that thought, if it is different, can take away your awareness. So meditation helps you in building the awareness. The more you do meditation, the more we are refining our awareness, the more we are becoming aware. And awareness is not that we are stopping doing things. Awareness is we are doing things in a much better way. Like walking when you are walking, talking when you are talking, eating when you are eating. All these, when you are in that state, it is of awareness. Now we are doing the same thing, but we are not completely doing it. When we start doing anything completely, you are aware. So it is not something you have to do. It is simply that do it well that you are doing. And meditation brings that. So the more we do meditation, automatically the more we bring in awareness. Meditation is simply a practice of awareness.
Yes. Thank you, sir. We have another question in the chat from Payal ji. Sometimes exercising free will give one doubts. So then one is attached with the results.
Correct. So all these things are beautiful questions, because if we look through, our soul is constantly learning by experimenting. The journey of soul is the journey of experimentation. Every soul undergoes 300 lifetimes, 400 lifetimes, 600 lifetimes. Why? Why? Because it is so keen in experimenting. And every experience, every experiment gives an experience, and that experience clarifies some or more doubts. And it is quite normal to have doubts. When you have doubts and look through it, you are simply seeking to understand certain things. So, and read books, please. When you read, write books, our doubts disappear. They help in clarifying certain confusions. Yeah.
Is there any book, sir, that you would recommend
Yes.
for understanding free will better?
Okay. Free will, there is nothing called a separate book you can read. Every spiritual book, if you read, you are slowly inculcating, because once you understand that you are creating your own reality,
Okay.
then you start
Okay, sir.
operating your free will in the best way.
Yeah. Yes, Payal ji.
Uh, so one small quick question. Uh, so if my experience, if my experience experiment is attached with other people, so then where should I gain the strength of experimenting? Like my free will for my things is perfectly fine, but my free will, if it's attached with the people around you, then you have doubts. Then
Yes. So in Egypt, when I was there in Egypt, I have got a job opportunity to move to USA. And that job opportunity was very beautiful. And if I say that I did not go there, people will say, hey, you are the most stupid guy in this world. So, and they were attached with similar situations. Okay. So now I had a choice. Should I go or should I not go? I had as well doubts. I would say that that was the toughest decision for me in my life. But when we choose the right one, how did I choose? So I was fortunate enough. I was seeking the answer. What should I do? Should I go or should I stay? What is right for my soul? What is right for my soul? What is right to my journey, personal journey, my soul's journey? What is right? That was the only question I was asking. I was not asking what is right to my family. So I asked myself, what is right for me? It needs a courage to ask that question with our own self. We're all good in, listening to nice statements of spirit. You come alone, you go alone. They're all beautiful to listen. But when we need to ask questions, we do not remember these quotes. So we have to ask right questions when we have doubts. The courage of asking right questions to our own self. So I asked, what is right to my soul purpose? What is right to my soul's journey? Then I got clarity. I have seen certain patterns in my life. Then it gave me clarity that I should not go to US. I should stay here. So when you have doubts, most probably check into yourself. Maybe the questions need to be reframed in the right way. Because if we ask wrong questions, then we would never gain a clarity. So we many times are bound. We kind of confine our free operation of free will because we bind ourselves with various external factors.
Yeah.
We are interdependent and we move mostly into dependent. And when we return to interdependency rather than dependency, there is already greater freedom in choices. It is not, we are not saying that we leave and we go into Himalayas. That's not the thing. But the way we look at the choices that are in front of us changes when we ask our own self, what brings joy, what brings greater joy. What do you want? You want greater joy or you want joy? Then there are, how do you say, what we choose will differ. And yes, we need courage for that many times. And how do we get courage? How do we get courage? We have to go into our own self. We have to know our own self. Why did I take my birth? Until I did not realize that, I could not take certain decisions, I had to realize why did I come into this body? If I did not know this, I would have been somewhere in India doing my job, probably at this time doing something else. But because I realized why I am in this body, I could operate my free will in a different way. My questions changed. So we all need to understand why we are in this physical body. Why did we take this birth? The moment we realize why we did take this birth, then automatically many questions will disappear. You will only take those decisions that bring you greater joy. And you don't feel afraid of taking certain call because you know that is your purpose of life. You will know how to operate properly your relations because you understood that is your purpose of life. So we have to always look into ourselves. Are the questions I'm asking, are they the right questions? Or do I need to refine my questions? So meditation is very, very, very important for this. Because many layers of asking right questions or wrong questions, we can witness them. So the more we do meditate, the more we read books, the more we listen to experiences, the more we share our experiences, the more we learn about our own self. Why am I sharing? I'm not sharing because Payalji, you will learn something. No, it is because I'm learning about my own self. It's always self's journey. It is always one's journey. It is always one's own personal journey. If you got connected with something I shared, it is because of you, not because of me.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And there is a question in the chat box saying, how can meditation or mindfulness help, practices help individuals clarify their intentions and exercise? And I guess you have already answered that meditation helps to witness yourself and aligns with your life purpose. And hence, that can help. So I'll take Kanchanji's question next, please.
Namaste, Ram sir. First of all, thank you for taking, keeping us in your free will, and you are here. Sir, you have already, partially, I got the answer of my question. My question was we have the option of free will all the time, and our soul plan, we are not aware. Then, what kind of practices we can use so that we always remain with our purpose, in alignment with our soul plan by taking the free choices, right choices during our free will. So is it it's sometimes like you are getting the two voices together, is this is right, this is right, this is wrong, this is so exactly how materialistic call you can sometimes keep it aside? And is it like we should consider it for the self growth, focusing on the self growth first rather than keeping your materialistic desires aside?
Yeah, life is a trial and error process. And for meditators, the trial and errors eventually drop off because clarity seeps in. Okay. So we are driven by many external reasons, but then later we move on to a stage of internal reasons, but then we move into a more clarity space. So the more, again, there are so many answers for these questions. It's all about when we meditate more, we connect to our own self. We realize our life purposes, and automatically everything becomes clear. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Sir, another question on this. Like you mentioned about the joy and the greater joy. How this joy and the greater joy differentiate from each other?
So now it is 1:45 p.m. here. Okay. And
Okay, sir.
okay, I will tell you, I have two choices. I'm answering your question of joy and greater joy. So 1:45 p.m. I'm hungry. So when I eat, it brings me joy. But now I'm together with all of you. That brings me greater joy.
Thank you, sir. I got my answer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Namita ji.
Namaste, Ram sir.
Namaste, ma'am.
My question is, I don't know how to put that question, but I will try. There are some situations in a life when you think they happen in your life, but you don't seem to have a very free will to apply there. So what should we be doing in that circumstances? We should be accepting as a karma, or
Yeah.
we just
So,
think that.
yes. So let's say there are 10 situations in your life, and out of these, 6 seem that you cannot do anything. They are set, or our understanding is this is my karma.
Mhm.
Okay. Maybe there are 4 where you can operate your free will. Start operating to your best ability in these 4. Okay. And the other 6 are simply a result of your past free will. Okay.
Mhm.
So how can I say? I have now a free will of eating a particular food. Would that impact my body energy? Yes or no?
Yes.
It impacts, right? How much I eat, it impacts my body energy. What I eat, how much I eat, all these things impact my energy. So how I operate my free will influence my future body's energy. So what I'm experiencing now was out of my free will of the past.
Yes.
So maybe there are 4 very clear options for you where you can operate your free will. Other 6, you may say, you know what, I cannot do anything here. So there we need to understand that this was my choice to experience this. So I think Shivani ji, or who was that mentioning earlier, she is reading Your Soul's Plan book.
Yes.
Yes.
When you read that book, you realize so many of these topics will be answered there.
Yes.
Why
So,
someone
sir,
undergoes,
sorry, I interrupt you. Yeah.
why someone has a disease, why someone undergoes miscarriage, why someone has a, so many examples.
Yes.
And it is said that it is part of your plan. You wanted it. Can you imagine? You wanted,
Yes.
someone wanted to undergo certain difficulty. We always want to have great joy. But the soul instead wanted to undergo that experience because it brings probably a greater joy for the soul because it learns out of that experience something.
So if you experience such a situation when you think that the willpower is not, your free will is not working, it's probably from your past free will, what is the best way we can sort of, if we're creating sorrow or sort of struggle or something like that in your life, so what is the best way to just pass through this? Because now you invited that issue, it's gonna stay in your life for a while or whatever the timing will be, but then how you can you lessen the impact, or can you what is the best tool to have to overcome or pass that situation?
So firstly, meditation is such an important thing. So meditate more and more and more and more. The more you meditate, the more easier the clarity seeps in. Clarity is strength. Clarity is not about simply having a clarity. Clarity gives you strength to undergo the situation, whatever it is. Clarity gives you strength to operate your free will wherever you can operate your free will. Yeah. So meditation is the key to each one of us, everyone, whatever questions, whatever situations, that is the only key. So hold that key properly and every lock opens. The only thing is, either we are aware, we know, or we do not know, our soul would like to undergo these situations. The only thing is, with the clarity, you don't have a suffering because you learn your lessons faster. What takes you 10 similar experiences to learn something, in the first experience, if we learn, we will not go into a repetition of similar experiences 9 times. People say, I was in a job. Where was that? Someone recently was sharing. They were in a job and their boss was not good. He could not go well with the boss. So he changed the job. Again in that job, he did not go well with the boss. He changed the country, company, the field, and the boss. Again the same thing. So what happens is, until and unless we learn our lessons, experiences repeat. So when we are aware, we learn our experiences faster, which means we shorten our pain because we have learned our, let's say, our lesson.
So only way is meditate and learn your experiences, what it wants to teach
Yes.
you, learn it, and then it will go away probably.
Yes.
And then if it's your family karma, then what you will do, if you are a meditator, probably you probably understand these things better and you're more calmer, but your probably other better half, he's a non-meditator, then how does that impact?
So that's what, right? We said it is again our choice to that we have chosen a particular partner, particular kid, particular parent, particular country, particular family. Everything is part of the choice. We have consciously chosen that.
Thank you
But
so
sir,
And
much.
at that
again,
time,
maybe
we
there
didn't
is
know the
a,
partner is going to be like this.
yeah, maybe there is a choice again there, maybe you have a free will to choose something there. So everything is like, to do or not to do is $1 million question. For a same situation, the path I have to take is different than the path you have to take may be different. So you have to find your answers, I have to find my answers, although the question is the same.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Kalpana ji.
Any last question, Shivani ji? Yeah.
Yes.
So, sir,
We'll
I won't take
Kalpana
much
ji's
time.
last question.
Yeah, I want to share something about my experience, sir, because you mentioned office situation. I was in a similar situation last year, sir. Sometimes I used to even cry because of my boss, I was not getting, enough experience to handle my work and all. But I stayed there for almost a year, sir, thinking, okay, there must be something I need to learn in this particular job. I stayed and I was very patient. I was learning wherever I can. But in the end, my boss moved out of the job. But whoever I got, she supported me a lot.
I got the best employee award as well in the same place. So yeah, I was very consciously staying until I learned something from this. I'm not moving out. That was the decision I made. So it paid out, sir, in the end.
Yes, yes. I had a
Yeah,
similar experience, Kalpana ji, when I was
yeah.
working in Egypt. So a similar, exactly similar experience. So the boss has changed. Good, good.
Thank you so much, sir. And sorry, Sunita ji, we will take that question separately.
I will
And
answer that question. I see this very interesting. I will take that. So, is it compulsory that we should do meditation on every day or any time we can do? So we must be doing daily meditation, Sunita ji, at least as many minutes as our age is. So if one is 40 years, minimum 40 minutes, not maximum. Maximum you can sit 24 hours. So minimum is 40 minutes, at least once a day, at least once. So you can sit 2 times, you can sit 3 times. So depending on your time, but at least once a day, at least as many minutes as our age is. It's the simple thumb rule. Yeah.
and she's
The more
asking
the
if
questions, the more we have to meditate. The more the suffering, the more we have to meditate. It's like when we are not feeling well is when we go to doctor. It's like when we have issues, we have to go to our inner doctor, which is meditation. The more the questions, the more the meditation. And the earlier you do meditation, the lesser the questions you will have. So the more you postpone, the more you have to do later. So better we start today.
and any time of the day is okay, sir, right?
Any time of the day.
Mm.
If you are a beginner, I would suggest fix a particular time and always sit at the same time.
Okay.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much, sir. And I would repeat, this is such a difficult topic. Free will, it is very hard to understand, but you made it so easy for all of us to understand. And we really, really appreciate your time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Shivani ji. Thank you, Australia team, and Kanchan ji. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir. Thank you so much.
Masters, we had to let sir go because he has to go somewhere. But we can stay for a meditation for some time. Kanchan?
Yep. Thank you, Masters, for joining today. And as we all know, we have a little bit of the change in our schedule because Ram sir is little occupied in the Budh Purnima event, which is happening in Germany. So this arrangement has been done so that we can enjoy his wisdom sharing session. So now we will be proceeding for the meditation. Kalpana, will you please provide us the music support?
Sure.
Okay. Till then, I request everyone. Can you please mute everyone, host? I request to mute everyone, please. Take a comfortable position, very comfortably. And masters, just like we are starting this meditation session, so those who want to leave the session in between, please. We will be closing this session. Shivani, I request you to just give your thank you note because after this we will be closing the meditation session and we will close it directly. So
Perfect.
that those are in their deep meditative state, they can enjoy their further meditation part.
Yeah. So, well, in that case, thank you to all participants who joined today. I would also like to extend my gratitude to PMC English for collaborating with us, Satish ji from PSSM Malaysia for providing technical support, and flyer support from Jenny, Prithvi, and Sharma ji. Lastly, a very big thank you to the PSSM admin team for their endless support in making this session a success. And one more time, thank you for all of you to join with us today from all over the world. Thank you so much.
Masters, sit very comfortably, very calmly. Remove your glasses, those are wearing glasses. If possible, keep your gadgets away, like your phone, your tablets, or your watches as well. And just make an energy circle, fingers into fingers, and cross your feet. And now very gently close your eyes. No force, no pressure. Sit in a Sahaj Sthiti. Sahaj Asana, it's the most important. And to take your body to the ease, just take few deep breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel each breath when you are inhaling. Inhale. Feel this, how it's moving in your body. And now breathe out. While you are breathing out, just remove all your stress, all your tensions. Feel it's going out. One last deep breath. Inhale and exhale. With a quick introspect, just watch your body from top to toe. If you are carrying any stress, any soreness in any part of your body, just take few breaths over there and make yourself completely comfortable. Now you are in complete ease. Bring all your awareness, all your attention to your breath. Your simple and natural breath. No forceful breathing at all. Just be with your breath, masters. Be with your breath, masters. No thoughts whatsoever.
అన్నా పర్మనెంట్ టాటూ వేయించుకున్నాను అమ్మ పేరుది. ఏమేం చెప్పావు నువ్వు? ప్రాణం పోవచ్చు కానీ టాటూ పోదని.
బ్రో
ఇది చూడు, రోషనీలో కేవలం శని ఉండిపోయింది.
జూడ్, ఇది కలియుగం. ఇక్కడ ఏ వస్తువుకి గ్యారెంటీ లేదు, మోదీని తప్పించి. ఒక్క ఆయన మాత్రమే ప్రతి క్షణము మన మంచి రేపటికే పనిచేస్తున్నారు.
24/7 పనిచేసేందుకు గ్యారంటీ. 2047 వరకు ఉన్నత గమ్యాలకి మన మోదీ గ్యారంటీ.
You are listening to Mahakatha Meditation Mantras, the world's most loved source for healing meditation mantras for peace, positive energy, and abundance. Jana